Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Rob.
And welcome to episode 13 of the Screen Bucket podcast.
Yes, welcome. Welcome to a very special pasty episode.
Yes, indeed. 2 episodes ago, Rob promised that we would have a paste-off, and we are fully equipped.
We're delivering on that promise.
Indeed. But not yet. First, we will get into the radio show. What did we discuss this time?
Well, first of all, we discussed an animated film, an alternative kind, called Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah.
From the makers of Coraline, or the production company that did Coraline. She don't like very much. Good. I'm glad I sucked the life out of you with that, just as you sucked the life out of me with Contagion.
You liked it?
Yeah, it was all right. Okay, it was good. But I was still begrudged by watching it. We also discussed the new wave of biopic films.
Yep.
Such as Bohemian Rhapsody, The Dirt, Rocket Man, Wolverine, who should play the new one.
Yep, and we had no answer.
No, there's no one. What else did we talk about, Adam?
We talked about what's been going on in the world in the last 2 weeks. Captain Marvel is under attack. Talked a bit about June, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yeah. We talked about special effects and where we are in the production of our upcoming short.
Yes, and then we filled time by talking about TV Tropes.
Yeah.
Good show.
Fantastic show.
Yeah.
But really, you podcast listeners are getting some exclusive brilliance.
You are in for a treat. But first, let's get into the show, shall we?
Yes. Sorry, let's start.
Oh, this is Screen Bucket with Adam and Rob. Learn about movies whilst we're getting your job. There's TV and games and other stuff too. And we're gonna share all this with you. Get out of my factory, you little toad.
And welcome to a sunny, springy edition of Screen Bucket.
But it's February.
I know. What the hell is going on?
We're all going to die.
Yes, I think so. I think Al Gore was right all along.
He was. And we mocked him, and we made cartoons about him, but now it's coming true.
It's all coming true.
Our grandchildren will be fried and become eggs on the pavement
Or,
long after we're gone.
Yeah. Or will they all be swimming?
No, because we won't evolve in time.
But they might have gills, like
What?
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, but he got them over some time, didn't he?
Did it, or was he an experiment?
I can't recall.
Was he a mutant? He might have been a mutant.
Was he the only person with webbed hands and feet?
Possibly. Because everyone else is just smoking fags in an oil tanker, aren't they?
Maybe you have to drink your own pee constantly, and then you get gills.
And then you grow gills. Maybe. Well, we never knew how the ice cap melted. It might have been nuclear. Maybe he was a mutant. Anyway, what have we got for the show ahead of us, Rob?
We're going to review our first animated film.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about some trailers that have come out. We're going to do some other stuff that I can't remember.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we'll get there eventually. Now, last week, anyone who listened to the podcast version of this show, available on iTunes, Stitcher, and your favourite podcast website thing, will know that last week's show was a little bit long. Normally the chat, the show without the music's about an hour and a half. We had a solid 2 hours last time. Because we just had so much to talk about, I guess.
So that means this week we have nothing to talk about.
This week, we literally, without planning, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, maybe that was the mistake.
Maybe that was the mistake. So this week, I've decided to initiate Operation Timer. In theory, these links should only be 10 minutes or shorter. So I've set it at 10 minutes. At 10 minutes, a small galaxy worth of klaxons will go off and spray us with confetti and foam if we go over 10 minutes.
Fantastic.
All right, so we're currently on 3 minutes from now. So, yes.
Really good radio there, man. Really good. Get into the insight, into the stuff between the crust.
Look, right.
Of how this is made.
I'm all about sharing our skills and making people know how we do this thing. And right now, we're running a timer.
Are you going again? You just explain it again.
Only 6 minutes left of this bit.
Brilliant.
Well, you know, what else have we got to talk about? Come on.
I saw a film.
Did you? What did you see?
Yeah. I saw I Think We're Alone Now. Ellie Fanning and Peter Dinklage
Ooh.
of Game of Thrones fame star. So Peter Dinklage is alone in the world. Everyone has died except for him.
Okay.
Or so he thinks.
Okay.
And he's in his hometown, and he's a bit of a clean freak, so he kind of goes around all the streets, going into all the houses and taking all the corpses out and burying them, cleaning up the houses, and he puts a white cross on the road for opposite every house that he's cleaned. So just basically trying to make the town his, nice, clean haven.
Okay.
When all of a sudden, Ellie Fanning's character crashes drunk into the town, and they start a weird relationship where he's really sort of neurotic and worried about preserving everything and keeping everything organised and tidy, and she's kind of a loose cannon, messing the library up. He worked as a librarian as well, so the librarian is the library is his fortress, and she's ruining it.
Does she leave toothpaste crust on the sink as well?
Yeah, I bet she does. But then,
cohabitation, mate. So every time, piles of clothing between the door and the living room.
Yeah, awful.
Washing up, not done. Just bottles of wine lying around.
Yeah, I mean that's what she was doing.
Ugh.
But it's one of those films where
does she do the dishwasher properly?
I don't know.
Because there's a way to do the dishwasher, and they never seem to.
Oh, she's flinging her own feces everywhere for the entire film, and then it ended, and everything was brown, and that was the film. And Netflix got 5 Oscars.
Typical.
See,
come on, what happens?
I have been told not to drink coffee by my doctor for 6 weeks, and Adam is trying to throw me these curveballs, which is a terrible idea. I'm trying to describe this film.
I tried to raise Rob's energy levels before the record, and it didn't go well, but this seems to be working.
This is working perfectly. Perfectly. It's a good film to watch on your own, but a bad film, I imagine, to watch with someone else. Because if you want to watch a film where the first half is about a guy on his own, you want to be on your own as well, because you want to be immersed in that sense of loneliness. It's one of those. It
sounds a bit like Last Man on Earth. Did you see that?
I did not.
Takes it literally, Last Man on Earth. So it starts off where he's on his own, living in this world, doing all the fantasy things you do in a post-apocalypse. You know, make a throne of beer cans and read all the magazines and eat whatever you want and stuff. Then he starts sort of losing it and getting bored. And then turns out there's loads of women around. He's literally the last man on Earth.
Oh, brilliant. Good deal.
Yeah. It's quite good. It's quite funny. Check it out. I think
Very
it's probably still on UK TV.
I'll give that a watch.
Yeah.
What would you do if you were the last man on Earth?
I would... See, I used to think about this as a teenager all the time, and I sort of don't think about it anymore. I would eat everything.
But after a while...
Everything.
You'd only be able to eat tinned things unless you become a hunter.
After a while, yeah. That's true. I'd start learning archery again. Yay.
You could eat all of the paste from B&M.
I could eat all the paste. Oh my god. That'll last for 200 years.
It will. It will outlast humanity. B&M paste will literally, at this point, outlast humanity.
Well, maybe that's what caused it. Maybe all the meat paste formed into one giant glob and rolled down the street, turning everything into paste. Car paste. Dog paste.
Really imagination working there, man.
Tarmac paste.
Oh, Jesus.
Train paste. So we've got 2 minutes left.
I have 10 minutes in and I already hate you this week. I really do. I was listening to Blind Boy.
Oh, yeah.
My favourite podcaster tier.
Mm-hmm.
And he was...
Better than us?
Yeah. Let's be honest. He wears a plastic bag on his head.
Oh.
We should start. Maybe have a paper bag with eye holes?
Yeah. I could get my rubber mask out.
Sweet. But he was saying that in order to save the planet, we have to cut down our meat consumption by 90%. But he got that statistic from somewhere else, I don't know where.
Do you know what would really save the planet?
Beef paste.
No, if we start eating each other
Definitely.
rather than livestock.
Will we start with the old people?
No, that'd be gristly, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, so like healthy middle-aged
Do you
people?
know what? Do you know
Teenagers!
teenagers? Yes.
Yes. Eat them all.
Yeah, and the dodgy ones, they smoke themselves.
What else are we talking about on the radio show, Adam? Have I missed anything?
We are discussing biopics.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of biopics going on at the moment.
Biopics coming out of every orifice of the movie body.
Indeed, indeed. We're going to talk a little bit about what we're up to with our current film. We're going to be talking about some special effects work we're doing. Got fortnightly, obviously, look at the last 2 weeks. Ah, yes, worth pointing out, this record was done prior to the Oscars, so
Yes.
we won't be talking about the Oscars, but that's our alarm.
Oh my God.
My God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. 10 minutes. Ah!
You have one message. Message 1.
Hello? Hello, is that Screenback here? It's me, Jake Gyllenhaal here. I just wanted to say that I'm really a bit upset about Adam's review of my film Velvet Jigsaw. I thought it was really good, but he said it wasn't really very funny, or it wasn't funny enough. I just think you should know that I'm a very funny person. I have a brilliant sense of humor. I don't really know any jokes, but people do tend to laugh at me a lot, so I guess that means I'm really funny. I just guess I'm a bit offended because I put so much effort into that film, and then all Adam has to do is go on the stupid radio show and say he doesn't like it, but I liked it.
Jake!
I liked it.
Jake, are you
What?
okay?
What? I'm just starting out.
You sound upset. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Would you like some salmon paste?
Yes. Yes, I'm gonna go. Yes, I'll be right down.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and eat some salmon paste now. But I just want you to know that I've got your number, Adam, and I'm coming for you.
Oh, mademoiselle, would you like to have a film discussion? Oh, yes, monsieur. I'd love to have an in-depth film discussion with you, like they do on Screen Bucket.
Yeah, Kubo. My choice.
Yeah, so last week at the end of the show, I asked you to give us a topic. Might be the end of the podcast, actually. And you gave us filmmaking, didn't you? Movie making, you said.
I think you coerced me into a choice.
I think I said, what's the topic? And you said, filmmaking.
Yes, see, it was kind of a twitch. Well, I've changed my mind, guys.
So you've changed your mind.
I'm sorry.
So you went for Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yes, 2016 film, directed and produced by Travis Knight. It's from Leica. You know those guys that did Coraline, Box
Yes.
Trolls? I've only seen Coraline.
I've only seen Coraline, and it's terrifying.
It's terrifying. It's very good, though. Wonderfully animated.
Yes, it really is. It blew me away. Was it the longest stop-motion film?
I think it might have been.
And then it was beaten by Kubo. That's what I read somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yes, tell us what happens.
Okay, so starring Charlize Theron, Ralph Fiennes, Rooney Mara, George Takei, Ray Fiennes. That's what you meant to say.
Fines, isn't it?
Ray Fiennes and Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
So it's about Kubo, who's a kid who's living in feudal Japan.
Mm-hmm.
He's got an eye missing.
Is he?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. But he lives in this town. He earns a living for himself and his ill mum by playing his shamisen, which is a kind of Japanese stringed instrument.
Banjo, basically, isn't it?
Yeah. It's only got 2 strings, as
Is
the
it?
title would suggest, for the townsfolk. But he has special powers with his shamisen. He can use it to... Shamisen? Shamisen. It is shamisen.
Shamisen.
Shamisen. Shamisen.
Is it said with a Sean Connery accent? Or...
Shamisen.
Shamisen.
He uses his shamisen to control... he can control paper, control origami, and make it, adapt it to his will, so he can create, fire-breathing chickens and warriors and monsters and all sorts.
Yeah. That was an early spectacle, wasn't it? He's telling the story in the village
Yes.
He's telling this grand epic story with these tiny little figures. I thought at that point, I didn't know it was real.
What, did you think it was sort of in his imagination?
Yeah. Or everyone else's imagination, they were seeing it. But then that quickly gets squashed, doesn't it?
No, he can actually do it.
He actually does it, yeah.
So his mum is the person who's like sort of passed it down to him, and he plays it via like a hairpiece, which turns into a sort of pick, if you will. And he gets attacked. But he gets attacked because he's got this family past. There's a very big family theme in this film.
He always has to rush off before sunset.
Yes.
To go back to his mum and look after his mum, who's not very well. I was going to say faintly comatose, but she wakes up.
She's got a memory problem, which is definitely like develops into a theme throughout the film.
Yes.
So you wonder if that's kind of really trying to delve into sort of people's real life issues and kind of give something for certain audience members to relate to.
There's definitely something going on. But one night he stays out too late.
Yeah.
And that's when he gets attacked.
He does, yeah. By his two evil aunts who are given the mission, we believe, of getting his other eye to give to his evil grandfather.
Yeah.
Which is a weird one.
Yeah.
So he escapes with the help of his mum. He's basically gone to... There's like a festival thing going on where the townspeople can contact and communicate with their lost loved ones. He's basically lost his father. All he knows about his dad is his dad was helping save him before when he was a baby. What's wrong?
It's so complicated, isn't it?
It was hard to kind of understand the story at first. But you get it.
Yeah. I hadn't seen this before last night when I watched it, and I'm not sure I like it. And partly because there's so much going on.
This is weird for you, though. You don't like all the Disney stuff, do you? Because it's too kiddie and itsy. And this is a bit more adult, and you're like, nah.
Well, I appreciate the artistic, technical aspect to it all, but it just feels like... I don't know, it feels like there's too much going on. It's very Japanesey, and I've never been massively into Japanese culture.
Huh.
And also, on top of that, it's American being Japanese. So it's like a freeway translation.
Well, it's kind of like they whitewashed it, didn't they? I think a lot of the Japanese people were really annoyed that the cast was all the main cast was white. So
yeah, I remember this when it came out.
So
and
we've. Well, not we. America have done that before. Do you remember Godzilla 1998? Do you remember how well that went?
Yes, I do. In principle, there's nothing wrong with it, I guess, if it's going for the best actors. But when you can't see them,
I don't know.
Do you know?
There's
no reason to cast.
Do you know what? I didn't recognise anyone's voice except Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, I recognised Charlize Theron.
But you didn't think she was right for
I didn't think she was right. That's why it stood out to me. That's why I was like, why has she done it? She just didn't sound like she was in the spirit of it.
Right.
I don't know. Where Matthew McConaughey was fantastic.
Oh, perfect.
Absolutely embodied Beetle, the role of Beetle, which was an interesting character.
And Rooney Mara was really good at the evil aunts. Who
actually, they
terrific
were good.
characters.
They were good.
No, there was just these really, I thought, mesmerising scenes. Two that come to mind are where he fashions origami pieces of paper to make a huge boat so they can sail across the ocean. Beetle, Matthew McConaughey, and Monkey, Charlize Theron having an argument about how they're going to cross the lake. They can either swim across or they can walk around. And they're having an argument saying, it's too long to walk around or they can't swim that far. And then Kubo just gets out his shumisher and creates this beautiful boat out of paper. And the way it sort of...
Was it paper or was it leaves?
Was it leaves?
I thought it was leaves.
Maybe it was leaves.
He saw a leaf in the water and then he
leaves.
summoned them all.
Yeah.
Because apparently he has control over paper and nature.
Ah, but hang on a minute. Trees are made of paper. Well, paper is made of trees. So,
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
so you can make that a loophole.
All right.
And obviously the other scene was the boss fight with the giant skeleton.
Now that was awesome. That's the thing. The technical side of everything was fantastic, and that sequence is amazing. The biggest stop motion puppet ever made. I think I'm right in
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
18 foot. If we watched the behind the scenes thing, if they assembled the full thing, it wouldn't fit in the warehouse. So they had
Crazy.
to do it in chunks.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really beautiful, and it kept kicking up these sort of family themes, and there's so much of it, as we said, is memory loss.
Yeah.
The grandfather loses his memory at a certain point. His beetle, we won't, to describe why and how would be too much of a spoiler, but there's so much sort of people can't remember, and it's about love and family and stuff.
That's the main story is Kubo has to go and retrieve his dad's suit of armour and sword
Yes.
and helmet in order to defeat the baddie.
Yeah.
So the whole thing's really journey across the wasteland, essentially, to recover these pieces. And you got Kubo's guide is a monkey, and then they meet Beetle along the way.
And he's also got his little origami samurai who's walking around
Which
with him
is
as well.
modelled after his dad?
Yes. Hanzo.
Yes, Hanzo, that's it. And they keep encountering these things. So to get the sword, they have to defeat the big demon skeleton.
And then the other ones are in various places, some of which are traps and some of which...
Yeah. The unbreakable sword. That was quite interesting. I like that. They're trying to find the unbreakable sword by grabbing swords and smashing them.
Yeah.
Until the one didn't. That's quite cool.
It was like a Zelda boss, that.
It really was.
Massively
Actually,
like a
I got a
Zelda
Zelda vibe the whole way through.
Yeah.
The musical instrument.
Yeah, it's just a journey throughout, really. So he gets butterfly wings off to this snowy wasteland, and from there he has to quest forth and find these lost temples where the armor would be.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of immersed in all that, travelling across the lake. I love those kind of journeys.
See,
it's labyrinthy.
This is my thing. This is why I'm not sure I completely was sold on it. I was talking to someone about it, and what I think I've worked out is film can be seen in two ways: art and story. You can have films that lean between the two, lean on one side or the other. Art meaning direction, light, acting, all the performance side of things. Whereas story tends to be the building blocks, solid foundations on which the art comes off. This is very much on the art side of things. It's all very beautiful, very technical, but there's not a huge amount of story going on.
Well, there is.
There's lots of characters going on, but the actual basic story is boy need get this, boy need then defeat baddie.
You're obviously not counting all of the sort of family drama that's going on.
I wasn't sold on it. But that's off the Zelda thing. Would it be a better game? I'd have absolutely loved that as a game.
Yeah, it would have been a great game, especially with that art style.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of Japanese art style games like Okami.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where it really brings to life that kind of art. So it's the movie was influenced by ink washing and origami, and there's an art form called, and I'm definitely going to pronounce this wrong, ukiyo-e woodblock style. So Leica wanted the film to look and feel as if it's a moving woodblock print.
Okay, I can see that.
So that's the kind of thing they were trying to get across, which did work. But I do kind of see what you mean about the unbalance between story and art.
It feels like it's what was it I was watching? When it feels like it's trying to... it's Alita Battle Angel. It felt like it was trying to make me go, wow, the whole time.
Right.
I'm like, just tell me what's happening, please. I would say, though, Kubo, everything tied together at the end really well.
Yes.
Because I was feeling like, what? The whole way, almost. And then the end, it suddenly went, oh, okay, I get it.
There's a bit, I don't know how to say this without there being a spoiler, but there was a kind of a question mark with me at the end where something gets brushed under the carpet and people are like, never mind. And you think, well, hang on a minute. And I cannot go into it more.
Yeah.
I can't go into it more.
That's the thing. Would you recommend this? Do you want people to see this?
Yeah, and I would recommend it very much to like people with kids. Like if you've got if you're just churning out the Disney films and the Shrek films, etc., then I think this is a good one to kind of bridge the gap into slightly more PG-13 territory, because there are adult themes that kind of inspire thinking. There's a bit more violence, there's a bit of slashing and
I would say this is a film to show your kids if you trust your kids. It definitely doesn't talk down to them. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Same with Coraline, actually.
No, yeah.
Yeah, on that basis, I agree. However, I wouldn't recommend it
No.
Because...
You know what? I'm happy about that because I was hoping to choose a film which you wouldn't enjoy, and I succeeded.
I would say if you want to watch something like this, watch Isle of Dogs.
Okay.
Because Isle of Dogs is brilliant. It's got good story and art.
Well, Wes Anderson.
And it's also Japanesey. So
Wes Anderson is one of the best directors for maintaining that good balance.
Right, yeah.
I would say.
I'd say. It's the most Wes Anderson film ever, instantly. Yeah. Kubo, meh. Now I get why it didn't win.
Oh, shut up.
Zootopia.
Yeah,
Zootopia.
It's about stupid fox and a bunny.
No, it's about racism, man.
Oh, well,
It's
yeah.
really deep.
Yeah, but...
Anyway, so Kubo and the Two Strings, it's not available anywhere, is it?
No, you're going to have to buy it on YouTube or Amazon Prime.
Yeah, don't bother.
Do bother.
No bother.
Oh, you really... Getting on my nerves today.
Watch the featurettes on YouTube, then you can see all the technical stuff. That's cool.
Next.
Adam's Film Reviews. Happy Death Day to You, 2019.
Dude, I am tripping right now. I feel like I've totally lived through this day already.
Deja vu?
Yes.
The day reset when you died, right?
Yeah.
I might be able to help with that. I died 11 times. I was stuck reliving the same day over and over again until someone wearing a baby mask murdered me on the night of my birthday. Turns out it was my roommate Lori. I kicked her crazy ass out a window and killed her, which broke the loop. But now I'm living the better version of my life.
You okay?
No.
Oh, hey, you're up. I folded your pants for you.
No way.
Dude, did you hit that or what?
I don't believe this. It's Monday the 18th again. Stop global warming.
Written and directed by Christopher Landon, Happy Death Day to You is the follow-up to the 2017 black comedy slasher film Happy Death Day. Kicking off with The Last Film Ends, I'm just going to call it To You from now on. Kicking off with The Last Film Ends, To Me To You picks up with Ryan, a college student walking in on his roommate Carter and his new girlfriend and time-looping protagonist of the first film, Tree, which is still a stupid name. See, in the last film, Tree was stuck in a time loop. The loop would end the moment she died and she'd zip straight back to Monday morning, which isn't an easy thing to avoid when there's a baby-faced masked murderer chasing you around every corner. Eventually, she becomes at peace with herself and, like Groundhog Day before it, she breaks the loop and lives till Tuesday. Now in R2-2U, we are quickly ushered back into the world, but there isn't a spiritual higher power at work here. Ryan and his friends have been working on a special science project, a sort of laser sphere reactor thing designed to slow time down. Only it didn't slow down time, it created the loop. Things go a bit wibbly wobbly and, oh dear, Tree is right back in bed on Monday morning, back where it all started. Only not. Forced to relive her day from the first film, Tree is not best pleased, but her frustration turns to confusion as she discovers that things have changed. People aren't where they should be. People who previously had no knowledge of each other are suddenly extremely close. And soon we discover along with Tree that the rules have changed themselves. This isn't necessarily a time travel story anymore. It's multiverses, and things just got a lot more complicated. Et2U is a textbook sequel. While it inhabits the same world as the first, it pushes the boundaries in every direction. More comedy, more emotion, more story. Where I had complained with the first Happy Death Day just not being weird enough, the sequel does this and more. Whether it's a fun montage of Tree's endless suicides, or the cartoonish and ridiculous side characters, or the completely out-of-place science geniuses on campus. Unfortunately, with all this in mind, the slasher horror element does kind of drop off, especially after the opening Scream 2-ish sort of scenes, which the baby-faced killer, which was a major part of the first film, ends up feeling more like an afterthought. The final reveal was especially lackluster. In all honesty though, as a sci-fi comedy, it works just as well. Jessica Rothe
is absolutely amazing as Tree. I don't think there's any other way of putting it. Far more than the first, Tree is pushed into some deep territory, and Jessica's performance is absolutely heartbreaking where it needs to be. Where the first Happy Death Day was Scream meets Groundhog Day, Happy Death Day to You lands firmly on Back to the Future 2 territory. It's a different kind of film, but one that it spans perfectly on the first. For me, it ticked all the right boxes, and I would highly, highly recommend it to anyone who enjoyed the first film. If you haven't seen the first film, then for God's sake watch it first.
We're in crisis mode, Tree. Who's gonna pledge Kappa now that we have a death curse?
Stream Bucket on North Herts FM. Beep boop.
Welcome to Fortnight Schmortnight. Adam,
Yes.
do you like Wolverine?
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
I like Logan.
so we know that Hugh of the Australian descent, Hugh Jackman,
Yeah.
has hung up his claws.
Yes.
That's how people keep phrasing it. He's hung up his claws.
Has he?
Yeah. So he's never playing Wolverine again, despite Ryan Reynolds trying to get him to do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
But inevitably, it seems the X-Men will be joining the MCU, Marvel's Cinematic Universe, at some point.
Yep.
And one of the major talking points among people who are big fans of that is who is going to play Wolverine. Something funny happens to I don't know if it's funny. You be the judge. So the Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
So he tweeted.
Comic creator.
Yeah. He said.
Did he write it?
No, he didn't write Wolverine.
Did he write Deadpool?
Yeah, he wrote. I don't know. I didn't research it.
Did he draw it?
Yeah, who knows?
Alright.
Oh, jeez. So he tweeted, Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine, Zac Efron, you all lost your marbles, Jackman was an unknown. So
Unknown.
So what he's referring to is there's some rumours that I think were quite false. They're certainly about Daniel Radcliffe. Don't know about Zac Efron. But he's getting his knickers in a twist because he doesn't want these two people to play Wolverine.
Okay.
Where those two people
Did he write Wolverine?
Shut up. Where those two people are concerned, I would have to agree with him. I don't
Yes.
think Zac Efron or Daniel Radcliffe could play Wolverine.
No.
But I was thinking, I don't know who could play Wolverine. It's very hard. I wouldn't want it because Wolverine, Hugh Jackman is very tall. He's like 6'2" or whatever. And in the comics, Wolverine's this sort of hunchy little 5'3"
Yeah, well,
little beast.
as he should be, because the Wolverine animal's small and
small.
meaty, isn't he?
Yeah.
See,
if it was 20 years ago, we'd have all of the Wolverines. Because you think of Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Rusty Crowe.
Fighting Magneto, fighting around the world.
Slicing round the world.
Yeah.
Schnickting round the world.
But today, everyone's too good looking and pristine.
I mean, I think you mentioned it before. Tom Hardy, he's a bit of a villain, though, isn't he?
Yeah, and I always feel... It seems like whenever someone asks the question, who do you think should play blah? The first answer is always, oh, Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
As if he's some sort of genius. No, Tom Hardy should play him. So no, there's got to be someone else.
I'm trying to think of actors who are even that physical these days. Every action movie seems to be Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
What about Fast and Furious? Who's in Fast and Furious? Jason Statham as Wolverine.
I can't remember where I came from. How old am I? Who put his bloody claws in me?
It's a Magneto.
That's very good.
That'd be great. I can't think of anyone else.
No.
The Rock.
Yes.
Why
The
not?
Rock.
Why not? Dave Bautista.
Yes.
That could work.
Dame Judi Dench.
Dave Bautista would be great. It'd be a much more chunky Wolverine.
No, he would be very good. Yeah. Because he's gruff and manly.
I don't know whether he's got the right level of charisma.
And he's also probably massive. Or is he quite short?
I'm trying to think of him in Hotel Artemis.
Oh, he's a big bloke, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Well, there you go. If anyone's got any suggestions, tweet us.
Please tweet us, yeah. Also, we were quite immersed by a show which came out the early part of this winter, called The Haunting of Hill House.
As was the rest of the world.
Yeah, everyone loved it. We're always going to do a sequel. And they've actually decided to switch to Bly Manor for the next one.
Yeah, I'm over the moon about this, because the one thing I hate is when sequels just do more of the same.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't really like Stranger Things Series 2.
Yeah, I agree. I certainly agree where this is the case. Because...
So, yeah, I mean, is it a different family? The Hill House was a book, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is this another book?
Was it based on what The Haunting was based on? Or was this based on The Haunting?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know enough. But, yeah,
The thing I didn't like about The Haunting of Hill House that I would like to change for this one is you didn't really get to know the house enough. There's all these scenes where they might be in the basement fixing something, or there's some rooms upstairs, but it all seemed very constricted, and you kind of want to feel like you're getting lost. The word manor implies that this is going to be a bigger place.
So, you would want more history? Would you want to be in the house
I would
more?
want to get the similar feeling to what The Shining gives you,
yes.
where you're very aware of the space, and obviously there's a lot of meandering halls, but it all seemed there was too much going on outside the Hill House.
Well, the first half of the series is almost exclusively outside.
Yeah.
It's all they're real following the characters, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a few memories, but they're either in a funeral home or they're driving or, whatever. I want to be trapped in a house with other people for a series.
Would you prefer it if it was linear?
This time, maybe. Well, they've done the non-linear, haven't they? Maybe.
Yeah, that might be interesting.
Or maybe less, they can go back and forth a bit, but maybe a bit less,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with that. So, other news, Dune. What do you know about Dune?
Absolutely soddle.
Good. Dune was a massively influential sci-fi book series that inspired like Star Wars and stuff. They did do a remake, directed by David Lynch, which is terrible, really bad. It has some fans, but anyway.
David Lynch made a bad movie?
Yes, he did. But they're doing a new one.
Right.
And it sounds pretty exciting. It's Denis Villeneuve.
Oh, yes.
Villeneuve. The guy who did Blade Runner 2029 and Arrival.
2049.
2049. Yeah. So massively famous and good seasoned sci-fi director. Taking a new stab at it. And it's got some great actors in it. It's Dave Bautista. The new Wolverine.
Yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh, brilliant.
Josh Brolin. Yeah, really, really good cast. Oscar Isaac.
Oh,
interesting.
wow.
So, yeah, that's going to be really good. I'm really excited for that. So that's going to be a while off. That's next winter, but still pretty cool.
I mean, to take a classic like Blade Runner and then make, an arguably better sequel is a monumental undertaking
really
in
is.
film. So, I've got very high hopes.
Yeah. And if anyone hasn't seen Jodorowsky's Dune, which is a documentary about a failed attempt to remake to adapt the Dune series, then please do. One final piece, very, very quickly. Captain Marvel. We mentioned it before.
It's getting trolled again.
It's getting trolled again. So it's come out must be out in America. It's not out here yet.
No.
To mostly positive reviews, from what I understand. People seem to be quite impressed by it. However, that hasn't stopped the disgruntled fan fools. That's my new name.
The disgruntled fan fools.
The disgruntled fan fools. People who hated it from announcement, basically. No grounds to hate it. Are now still kicking off. People have been trolling Rotten Tomatoes, putting bad reviews on it, despite, what everyone else is saying. People just moaning on social media. It's just a plethora of nonsense.
Is it because, I hope it's not, is it because it's about a female lead? Because I can imagine a lot of pathetic people online going for it.
That's what all the trolling was with the trailer.
Yeah.
Is what it seemed to be. I don't know. I don't get it.
Because I wonder if, I don't know, a male equivalent film, if people, maybe a lot of people would not give it the same amount of abuse. There just seems to be something a bit...
I wonder if there's
seedy
also
about
a thing about that people don't want another Marvel film. They're just...
Oh my god, stop talking!
You have one message. Message 1.
Alright, it's Jason Statham here. Wouldn't normally phone you, but there's a bloody great spider on the ceiling. It's a megala spider. Yeah. I know you can deal with them with your DVD cases or something. Yeah, I'm a bit worried because it's moving around and I can't see it. Oh, where you gone, you toilet? Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, I've got to go call Dwayne Johnson. See you later, boys.
Hollow Dell Media's Screen Bucket with Adam and Rob.
Please, sir.
What is it, boy?
Please, can you sponsor us?
What?
You could sponsor a show on North Herts FM that's made for the community, by the community. And let us keep making great content. We're a fledgling station, but one with over 10,000 listeners a month. And it keeps growing.
And what's in it for me?
5 adverts a day, sir. Plus, the world will get to see your branding at live events, online, and be proudly displayed alongside the show you choose to sponsor on all online content. Plus, on-air mentions and branding. It won't even be taken out of the shows on Listen Again, so your brand will be out there forever.
Then how much is that going to cost me?
Only £360 a year, sir. Or £30 a month if you just want to run adverts instead of a full sponsor.
It isn't more?
No, sir. Just head to northhertsfm.com for more information or get in touch on Twitter or Facebook.
This is brilliant. Show for sale, show for sale.
And now, it's show and tell. Screen Bucket. Oh, that looks rather nice.
Okay, right. Here we go. Podcast exclusive time. What have we got going on, Rob?
So, Adam, and so, listeners, we have in front of us a packet of main brand crackers.
Rhymes with melob.
Melob does not rhyme with Paycub.
Oh, yes, good point.
What the hell is Melob?
I was just looking at the old...
Weird. It's like freaking... Sorry, I swore. It's like Lord of the Rings talk.
Yeah.
Melob.
Melob.
It's the Elvish word for friend.
It's the Elvis word for cracker. Melob.
Right, so what should we start with?
Okay, so we went to... Can we name it?
Yeah.
B&M.
We went to B&M.
Which is my favourite place to buy gifts for Rob.
Yes, because they are always from the 1940s ration box.
Yeah, I didn't really realise until I met other people, other humans, but I did seem to have a bit of a 1940s upbringing. 1950s, rather.
Yeah, the stuff you eat, the stuff that you just consider normal and eat. And just drop things in your coffee. You like soggy, slimy things. You're like some sort of swamp creature.
Soggy, slimy things? I take offence.
You do?
What? Like what?
Like a stupid biscuit. What was it? What they called a Schweinsteiger? A Kumpelfloss.
Stroopwaffe.
Stroopwaffe. You put in your coffee.
It's not my fault you dropped it in
It's sunk in there from the...
You're supposed to eat it when it's gooey.
Anyway, you are a filthy old Neanderthal man.
All right.
We bought some pastes.
Yes, you did.
And we're going to sample them.
Right. So we do one at a time?
Yeah.
Okay, so you choose. What do you want to start with?
We'll start with the salmon paste.
Salmon paste by Sutherland?
Yeah.
So, describe the look and texture.
It's pinky grey with a kind of orange tang, a sort of peachy glow to it. It spreads poorly.
Yes. Yes, that's a good word for it. And it absolutely stinks of cat food.
Yeah, if you were to pick up some roadkill and there was some flesh that was starting to rot, this kind of substance...
Basically, it looks like... Oh. It's dog food. It's cat food, rather. Oh, thank you. Oh, you keep it. I'll do my own one. You keep it.
You keep
It's all yours. Alright, so it looks...
Oh man, that looks horrible.
I wanted to say it looked like tuna from afar, but actually up close it really doesn't look like tuna.
No, it doesn't look like anything. It doesn't look like anything good.
Well, let's taste it, shall we? I'm doing it.
Spread it evenly.
I was just going to eat a big lump of it.
Fine.
Mm-hmm. Good radio. Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, that's alright.
That's delicious. This is going to be the whole segment, you realise?
No, I'm not. Mine is going to be horrible.
I really like that.
How many stars would you give that? How many paste buckets would you give that?
Out of 5. That's a significant 4.
I'll go for a 3.5.
It's salmon, so it's always going to be fairly good. Alright.
Alright.
Right, success. Okay. For the vegetarians in the audience, I've also got some puree sort of stuff.
That's not puree, dude.
Right. I'm going to start with a mystery veg. This is not from B&M. This is from your local Nisa store. Jamaica Callaloo. Alright?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It sort of looks like... It looks like sagaloo, I'll be honest. It looks like spinach, but it's not quite. It's sort of like cabbagey seaweed.
Yeah.
It
looks like something you'd see in a bin, but you just overlook it and never see it again. And never think of it until you open this tin.
Callaloo, often called soul food, is a famous Jamaican vegetable. Alright, so let's grab a spoon. I don't know if this is the correct way to eat it. I mean, it's definitely not the correct way to eat it.
What?
Is that too much?
No, I just don't understand.
Are we supposed to cook it? That's what I'm worried about.
Wow. See, I've needed a day off work.
Alright, going for it. Cheers. Oh, it's very strong.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
That's alright, that's fine.
Rubbish.
That's fine. That's nice. It's like, how would you... Your face.
Tastes like sweat. It tastes like if someone hadn't washed for a week and then you scraped a scalp along their skin and then you got a layer of sweat and dead skin cells and then you ate it on a cracker.
I think it'd be better if it was cooked in something.
No, it wouldn't be good in anything because it's disgusting.
Oh, that's quite nice.
No.
Well,
next.
Go on then, your choice.
Chicken paste. Right, so you can't normally go wrong with chicken. Chicken is the most versatile food in the world, commonly known. There you go.
How many chickens die a year for that reason?
A lot.
A lot. Okay, let's describe this then. So, the inside looks very similar to the salmon paste.
Yeah.
But the top is sort of brown.
It's in exchange of that orange glow. Yeah, we are seeing a sort of brown haze to it.
It looks like it's fat that's risen.
Great. Great. Great.
Okay. Right. It doesn't smell great, I'll be honest.
I just tasted it was pate.
That is pate. It's pate. What? That was a miracle. Rob just dropped a cracker with essentially chicken pate and it landed pate up.
That's pate, man.
Yeah.
And it tastes quite nice.
Yeah. Bit too good.
Sorry, guys.
Sutherland. Better than that one I bought you before. What the hell was that called?
Oh, I can't remember what it's called. more of that.
There's more.
Salmon paste. I've got a salmon on my fork now. I got it mixed up.
Oh, I might have a little bit more as well. So, what's that term when people really hate eating in their ears?
I don't know, this.
Is it called screen bucket?
Screen bucket. No. This can't be good to listen to, can it?
Would you listen to this?
No, but I don't have to. These guys do. What's next, Adam?
Okay.
Oh, that sounds like Popeye the Sailor Man. What's he doing in here, Adam?
He's pulled out his spinach.
In a tin.
More crackers, please. Spinach in a tin. Now, as a kid, I always wanted to see spinach in a tin so I could pretend to be Popeye. Never happened. Now it is.
But he didn't dig it out with a little teaspoon.
No, he squeezed it, but it's not really working. Oh wait, it is a little bit.
Da 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 da.
Oh, it's very runny. It's tasteless. Absolutely tasteless.
Disgusting.
How do you feel about the texture?
What I'm going to do, I'm going to add some salmon paste.
You're insane. So what's happened now is Rob's turned into me. Oh no. Well.
Oh, that's worse than a shot of tequila. Bloody. Right, I'm glad the tins are out of the way.
What's next?
I believe it's the pièce de résistance. Oh no, it's not. We've got that flipping stuff.
Right. Primula, easy squeezy. Cheese with chives. Cheese and chives, nothing wrong with that.
I'm already starting to feel a bit ill.
How much?
Whatever I'm having, you're having.
It really is not fun to switch. It looks. Oh!
What's happened? Where's that come from?
It's come out the top. So squeezing it apparently is bad because it's leaked all over my hands. Oh, God. And now I can't get it out properly.
This doesn't belong on a cracker.
What does it belong on?
Nothing.
I need to get it off my hand onto the cracker. I don't mind that.
That's right.
It's quite strong. This is award-winning.
You know how everyone has like their own their favourite series, but then there's one episode they will never watch because they think it's rubbish.
Welcome to that episode. Right, come on then. What's next?
All right, so we sniffed them all in the kitchen, and there's one which stunk awfully, and it's sardine and tomato paste.
This is a slightly browner paste.
Much browner than, in contrast to the others. It's almost undertaking a dog food tone.
Oh, yeah. Did you say what it is?
Sardine and tomato.
Sardine and tomato.
Who would have thought adding those two creatures together?
Oh, it's Prince's. Yeah, proper brown. So this should be nice.
Brown though, man. That's really nice.
Well, it's very strong.
Again, tastes like a fish pate I used to make when I was a pub chef.
Used to make fish pate? Really?
With mackerel. Tear up mackerel, put some sour cream and chives in it, mix it all together, put some pepper in it.
So we're reaching the conclusion that paste is just pate?
Yeah, we rendered the entire thing completely useless. Now, you would remember that we did the cheese with chives. This is in a similar toothpaste bottle, but it's cheese with ham. Ham is not something that automatically comes to mind when you think of sploogey googey.
Disco cutie.
Yeah. So, how much do you want?
How much do you want to give? Oh my God!
Oh,
what have you done?
Put some on there.
No, that's fine. As long as you have the same. And you didn't pop the bottle. Well done.
Chef, mate. Oh, man, I can't eat all of this.
Yes, you can. You've given it to me.
Nah.
You have to spread this one. Right. Cheese and ham, squeezy, primula goodness, eh?
Okay.
Right. Oh. Oh, that tastes of fake.
The aftertaste is abysmal.
Yes, it is. And the texture is PVA glue. You could bond wood with that.
But who buys this stuff? Who walks into a place and goes, I need that squeezy bottle of paste?
Is this something you could... I mean, it's not the worst.
It's alright. Do you know what I'm having one more cracker of?
Callaloo!
Definitely not callaloo. I'm going to have salmon paste. Because that was my favourite.
I haven't had one as well. Alright, well, we'll get back to the show and enjoy. We're just going to finish our crackers.
Hello, listeners. Do you like North Herts FM? If you do, you can support us by adding your name to our wall. That means you basically go to northhertsfm.com/wall and add yourself to our wall. All you have to do is donate £50 and bam, you're on there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Hitchintown FC Beer Monsters. Here we go. It's come up with Hitchintown FC Beer Monsters. Chris, Frank, Roger and Steve supporting Hitchintown FC and North Herts FM. Brilliant. So that means loads of people who are going to go to this are going to see your thing and hear about it and look into it. And look, you've got loads of exposure. It's incredible. It's actually blowing my mind. You should do it right now. And it's only £50 and then you're on there for a year. You should do that.
Nick's Game Reviews.
The sun on my face. Fresh air in my lungs. The grass beneath my feet. I'd heard of such things, yet I lived in a world without them. An underground world. I have no recollection of life before the blast.
There's only Metro, nothing else.
Just a girl when the bombs fell.
You were right all along. It's not just Russia out there. It's the whole world.
Could such things exist again? I live in hope.
The third game in the Metro series, and loosely based on the third Metro novel, Metro 2035, by Dmitry Glukhovsky. Yeah, that'll do. The surface of Moscow is still a nuclear wasteland, filled with horrifying mutated monsters, such as flying, dragon-like demons and howling wolf-like watchers. Within the tunnels themselves there is relative peace, with the Order keeping tabs on everyone and maintaining, well, order. And this allows Artyom, our main protagonist, to visit the surface every day in search of that distant signal he heard in the first Metro game when atop the tower. Nobody believes him, of course, until conspiracies and Artyom's heroism gets him and his wife Anna caught up in a whole heap of trouble. Metro Exodus feels like a very different game to the previous two installments. Don't get me wrong, with the occasional bit of sneaking and claustrophobic tunnel crawling, together with the very tactile feel of Artyom's weapons and equipment, the essence of Metro is still present. But now Artyom, Anna, Miller and their gang are out of Moscow, and that means that the majority of the game is spent in these small explorable areas, of which there are three: the Volga, the Caspian and the Tiger. I have to say that the one I enjoyed the most by far was the Caspian. The sea has long dried up, leaving a desert wasteland, and there are arguably far too many similarities here to Mad Max. For example, the enslaved population are ruled by a megalomaniac hoarding all the fuel. Yeah. But for me, that was what made me love it all the more. Where can you go wrong with Mad Max? Vehicles become more of a thing in Exodus, with boats helping you to traverse the mutated shrimp-ridden Volga River, as well as the option to jump in a truck and blast around the Caspian Desert, covering your windshield with enemies' entrails. These open-world areas are where Exodus really shines, but it's also where you will find yourself getting the most frustrated. As with the previous installments, the tight corridors and murky tunnels that are littered throughout the game have to be traversed in a slow, methodical way, and the clunky controls and awkward movements really do help to bring that claustrophobic feeling to life. However, bring those same traits to a more open expanse and you find yourself often raging at how slow Artyom reacts to your controller input. At one point, I was running from a sea creature, somewhat similar to a Mirelurk from Fallout, but it took me so long to turn and shoot that by the time I had turned around, the creature was already on me, allowing me only one shot before I had to move again. At the time of recording, bugs are also a major issue. And I don't mean mutated bugs, for which there are surprisingly little of in Exodus, but issues with the game breaking down on you. Don't get me wrong, bugs were an issue in 2033 and Last Light, but they were fun bugs, the kind that made you laugh and prompted you to record it and share it. For example, one of the main characters just gliding along a floor before it plonks down into a chair, weirdly. With Exodus, they are at best annoying and at worst game-breaking. And the worst has to be the issue with the loading screens, for they are long. Not as long as Anthem, good God no, but they are long. And twice now I've had to force quit the game as the loading screen has been stuck on 10% for over 15 minutes. Metro Exodus is not short of faults, but what it lacks in polish, it makes up for with that Metro charm and excellent story beats. Despite all these issues, I played it through. If you are someone who, for whatever reason, gets personally offended by even the slightest suggestion of a bug or low frame rate, then this game is not for you. But if, like me, you can look past those faults and still find enjoyment in a game that really tries to fill that gap left between indie and AAA, filled with great characters, an enjoyable narrative, and an actual challenge on a gameplay level, then Metro absolutely is for you.
And that was Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, the world's most notorious band. Motley Crue, Adam, do you like them?
I do like Motley Crue.
Yeah.
It's weird hearing them on here. Why? What soundtrack have they been on?
Well, they're going to be on their own movie based on the book The Dirt, a collective autobiography of their story.
Okay.
Coming out on Netflix. So.
Oh, Netflix, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, on Netflix. So as of March the 21st, I believe, you'll be able to watch it. And yeah, it's coming right in the middle of this wave of musical biopics in between Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man, the upcoming Elton John flick. For those of you who are expecting another Bohemian Rhapsody, this one is going to be a little more depraved.
Yes.
So anyone who's read The Dirt will know, but anyone who hasn't, Motley Crue are basically the most dirtiest, dastardliest band of them all. They can't. If you've
arguably, sure.
Arguably, there's other ones. They're on the same level as kind of Ozzy and Slash, those kind of autobiographies, which is just drug story after drug story and sex story after sex story. So I'm hugely, hugely, hugely excited about it. I can't wait because it's honestly one of my favourite biographical books I've ever read, if not my favourite. But yeah, what do you think about this whole craze though? I mean, it's everywhere now.
I'm not that interested in biopics.
Do you know what it is? The thing I don't like about it is, I mean, 9 times out of 10, the person they choose doesn't look remotely like the person. And it's kind of like you're watching someone else play, you know, you could just as easily watch real footage and then have the actual person talk about it.
Well, I was about to say that. I would rather a documentary, maybe with reconstruction moments, but I'd rather that with actual people talking and sharing stories than... because, I don't know, like when you talked about Bohemian Rhapsody, you said quite rightly, they sort of skipped over bits and merged stuff in.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but I feel like...
You could tell the story.
And you don't know how much is true, how much has been merged.
Yeah, I don't like that, but not knowing.
Yeah. Because I feel like I've watched biopics and documentaries on the same person, and they tell vastly different stories.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I'm hoping with where Motley Crue are concerned, they have no need to make up anything because the stuff that they did is just unbelievable.
How would you feel though if they doled it down?
I'd be furious.
Yeah.
Because if you know, I think it is an 18 and all that. I think it would have to be. You couldn't do a Bohemian Rhapsody with it because you couldn't tone it. You know, I understand with where Freddie Mercury is concerned. He was he is a national treasure, so you don't want people to be like, you know, some people might be a bit more judgmental than others.
I guess that is true, yeah.
But people know that Motley Crue were a bunch of absolute scumbags, and they're cool with that. So there's nothing to really blemish.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think, what What band would I actually be interested in seeing a biopic of? I mean, Sex Pistols would be interesting.
They've tried to do... Well, they did Sid and Nancy, didn't they?
That's true, but that's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, Pistols would be
quite good though. Gary Oldman, he was solid as Sid Vicious.
Johnny Rotten disagreed though, didn't he?
He did. Yes, he did. Well, the thing is, if they actually did, if they actually did the Sex Pistols, it'd actually be a bit of a tragic story. I think there's a band being sort of led from pillar to post.
Yeah.
A performance poet being merged with a bunch of reprobates and stuff. What else? Who else?
Well, Ozzy's turning up in the dirt, which I'm
Is
very
he?
excited about. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I was about to say that actually.
Because they go on a tour, Motley Crue and Ozzy Osbourne go on a tour, and they are just absolutely off their rockers the entire time. But that in itself ends badly for Ozzy because he takes so many drugs. But I think at the end of it, they say in the book that he was just talking to himself at the back of the bus, saying,
right,
just saying, "Oh, they're all trying to kill me," just things like that. So there's obviously it's going to go to some dark.
I feel like Ozzy Osbourne could be a character in every film. Every film set in the same period. He should just wander in.
Oh, it's like Scarface. Yeah. Sharon, I'm in a coke dealer's house.
Yeah. Or just like Elton John turns up at a dealer's house and Ozzy just leaves. Like they walk past each other in the doorway or something. I don't know who else. Who else would you be interested in seeing? ZZ Top.
So Manic Street Preachers.
Oh.
The guitarist from that was an absolute nutter. He's the one who like carved words into his chest in the middle of an enemy interview, and then he drove off a bridge or something. No one knows how he died, but I guess you don't know how to tell that story.
No.
Because here's the thing as well. Sometimes they do them and they're rubbish. There's never been a good Nirvana one, as far as I'm aware. There's never been a good Michael Jackson one. People have tried and they've always been naff.
Well, that's the thing. I suppose if you're making a biopic film, you're either going to be a massive fan or a massive enemy.
Yeah.
So you're always going to have a sob story tribute film or a divisive, screw you, guy, I hate you sort of film.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was Sid and Nancy, you could argue, was a bit like that.
Well, they've got...
that was very cynical.
There's one... they've definitely got an Amy Winehouse one in the works, and they've got to tread very carefully with that one. Very carefully.
That's the other thing as well. Can you do... If it's a recent-ish person, do they have to already be dead? Because that already taints the storytelling, I would imagine.
Well, Weird Elton's not dead, is he?
I'm suspicious of Elton because he suddenly turned up in all these TV adverts, and now he's got a film.
Oh, he's going to die, isn't he?
He's going to die. Maybe he's already dead. Maybe it's like what's the Beatles conspiracy? That Paul's dead. That John died. Oh, I can't remember
there's
now.
one that Hayley Williams from Paramore is dead. No, Avril Lavigne is dead.
Oh, yes.
And has been replaced. Tupac's alive.
Yeah, there's all sorts of... all sorts of ridiculous stories. Maybe Elton John, though. There's a lot of evidence to support that.
There'll be a David Bowie film next, guaranteed. And we've got a Hulk Hogan one coming out as well, haven't we?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth's been cast as Hulk Hogan. What?
He's blonde.
Is he?
Well, Chris Hemsworth is blonde.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other Chris Evans.
No, he can't be Hulk Hogan.
No, Chris Hemsworth is Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm more interested now.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, really. Oh, and there's that Fight in the Family about Paige and WWF.
Oh, because she sees The Rock on TV. And then...
Well, yeah, she was raised in a wrestling family, and she actually went out there, and now she's gone weird.
What, is she a real life? Is it real?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Paige is massive.
Is she playing herself?
No. No, the real Paige has gone a bit LA now.
Oh, really?
Someone was telling me, she's all fake lips and I think been off the rails. Basically, there was a big wave of like actual women wrestlers,
right,
a couple years ago, and the first wave are now gone a bit mad.
Right,
there's one girl who got banned from fighting because she hurt her knee and kept playing, didn't tell anyone.
That's a bit harsh.
Yeah, but it's like
I guess
if her leg fell off during a match,
right?
Who's going to get sued?
Oh yeah, I see.
You know,
that looks really good actually. The Rock produced it, didn't he?
Did he?
He keeps posting a lot of stuff about it on his Instagram.
Quite a lot, I think. It's Nick Frost though. That's the bonus.
Yeah, and Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Who?
Cersei Lannister.
What's that?
She's the Queen Regent of the Seven Kingdoms of Westeros.
Is she?
Yeah. Let me just Google what her name is. It'll really annoy me when I realise that her name is... Her name is played by Lena Headey.
Oh, Lena! Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Mama from Dread.
Yes.
If you just said Mama from Dread, I could have told you that.
You've got us watch Game of Thrones, haven't you?
What? Really?
Yes! God damn it!
I'm getting it from every angle at the moment. Loads of people at work are telling me off as well. I said I wanted to watch Night Flyers, the new George R.R. Martin thing on Netflix, the sci-fi.
Yeah,
and turns to me and went, no, if you're going to watch anything by George R.R. Martin, it's not going to be that one. Adam's Film Reviews. Fighting with My Family, 2019.
I'm watching that. Give me the remote. No, give it off.
Zach, what the bloody hell do you think you're doing? You really want to choke her out in a lot of fingers? Yeah. Now pull it tight. Oh, yeah, now she's in trouble.
Oh, wait, I know you. You're from that weird family, aren't you?
We're not weird.
We don't like wrestling.
How do you know if you've never been?
I've never had rectal bleeding before, but I'm pretty sure I'm not a fan of that.
How about I shove her head up your ass and then we can find out? Hello?
My name is Hutch Morgan. I'm calling from WWE. We'd like both of you to come try out for us.
It's all fake anyway, isn't it?
Wait, what? Sorry about that.
It's The Rock! We're huge fans.
Thank you so much.
What advice would you give us? We want to be the next you.
What are your names again?
My name.
It doesn't matter what your names are. You walk around here interrupting the Rock, you like you haven't seen the sun in 20 years. You like you just stepped out of Oliver Twist. Please, sir, may I have some more advice, sir? You want some advice? Here's the Rock's advice. Shut your mouth.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Got it.
Written and directed by Stephen Merchant, Fighting with My Family is the semi-fictional retelling of a young woman from Norwich being raised in a wrestling family and being picked up by the WWE, ultimately achieving her greatest dream. I say semi-fictional because, although it is heavily based on real-life wrestler Paige's life, it is a little Hollywood. But let's get onto that later. Fighting with My Family introduces us to the Knight family from Norwich. Most importantly, there's Soraya and her brother Zach. Soraya and Zach are both encouraged by their wrestling-obsessed parents, Rick and Julia. As a family, they run the World Association of Wrestling out of a warehouse space, hosting matches and training local kids. As Soraya and Zach grow older, they eventually invited to tryouts at the London O2 during a WWE tour. Forced to adopt a new name and taking it from her favourite TV show, Soraya becomes Paige, and she and Zach perform in front of a WWE coach, played pretty impressively by Vince Vaughn. Anyone familiar with the trailer will know though that while Paige and Zach turned up together, only Paige is picked to be taken to Florida for further training and a chance at the big leagues. And that's where things get interesting. Taken to Florida, Paige is put through intense training in a hostile environment where she not only feels isolated and lonely, but totally out of her depth. Zach, meanwhile, is left behind in Norwich to fend for himself. In no time at all, his disappointment and anger towards his sister and WWE drives him to the brink of psychosis as their parents just look on. My main takeaway from Fighting with the Family is that, despite everything I should be feeling, I can't help but be drawn more towards Zach's story. Sure, Paige is put through the ringer, but hers is a rags to riches story, and just feels like every sports story we've ever seen before. She struggles, she fails, she pushes through, and she wins. Florence Pugh is great in the role and handles this perfectly, but the real story lies with Zach, played by the McGregor Peg lookalike Jack Lowden. Zach truly descends to hell and back, and beneath the shadow of his more successful sister, pulls through and finds his own place in the story. Rick, played by Nick Frost, is by far the best part of the movie for me. Typical of Nick Frost, he oozes charisma on screen and is the source of most of the film's comedy. Contrast this with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, whose role seemed to be trademark hero and sort of genie, who just sort of turns up so everyone can ooh and ah at how wonderful he is. And let's not try to dwell on that squicky sex tape line too. What really surprised me about Fighter with My Family is the emotional core at the heart of the story. Yes, it's funny, and yes, it's inspirational, but it genuinely has soul to it, and this is reason enough to recommend it. If anything, it's made me want to look up the documentary that came before it and read up on Paige's story, and that has to be the best compliment of all. Definitely worth a watch.
Paige, I myself have come from a wrestling family too. I know exactly what it means to you. But don't worry about being the next me. Be the first you.
What?
It's Dwayne Johnson. How are you?
Prove it.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah, and I'm Vin Diesel, mate.
I'm sorry.
So, on to our own project.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Things are still going on behind the scenes, aren't they?
Yeah, it's crunch time now. We are 2 weeks and 2 days away from filming.
Yes.
And it's all coming together now. We're scraping together all the paperwork, buying all the last minute things. Adam, you just realised today that we didn't have enough batteries for the camera and had to fork out how much?
£300.
Ouch.
I had a little moment's realisation, went, oh, our camera's not going to last long in the woods, is it?
Every single production meeting we have, Adam says, I feel like there's something really important that we're not getting. Yeah. And I think this might have been one of them.
I think, yeah, God knows what else there is.
Oh, there's many more. There's going to be many more.
Also, batteries for the lights. Probably need to buy more batteries for the lights. And today I had to buy insurance as well. Hooray!
Yay!
That's a long phone call with an insurance salesman over my lunch break. Hooray! Anyway. These are all things you don't think about until the moment comes. But yes, it's all moving. We've recruited the knowledge and specialisation of a theatre effects guy called Ruben.
Absolute genius.
Absolutely. He's one of those guys that you say, I really think we should do something like this. And he'll say, oh, have you tried this? Or, oh, I've done that before. Oh, where have you been?
Yeah, we need him. We need to recruit him. He just says, oh yeah, this is how you need to do that effect. Yeah, do that. I can make you an air cannon.
Yeah, or I can make a LED panel.
Yeah, or I can make a harpoon. Where has this man been all our lives?
I don't know. Behind the stage, in theatre. That's the thing. He does all these effects that have to be done remotely. So he uses all this technical jargon. We're like, yeah, but you can just stand off camera with a piece of string.
Yeah. God, that's what he did.
Yeah.
God.
Or we just use a bucket. Anyone who remembers Noel's House Party or Get Your Own Back will know full well the abilities of Gunge. And the consistency of Gunge. And I managed to track down the sort of core ingredient in Gunge, which is essentially food thickener. But it's tricky. It's very tricky.
Every time we've tried to... Well, the time where we tried to make it on Sunday, it came out very porridgey. And with all the bits were still in it.
Yeah, I think we need a blender.
Yeah.
I was doing it by hand. And then I added some paint to it, and it was a bit too much. Yeah. It's coming together, though.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things you probably need to leave it overnight as well, so it really has time to soak in.
Yeah. It's just because we're going to have it dropping from a high distance.
And
then we have to worry about the actor that it's falling on.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that we have to all squeeze this in very quickly. And we don't know what's going to happen.
No. I reckon it'd be fine.
It will be fine.
What we might have to do, and this is the thing, so I did the shot list, which I think we mentioned last time. Rob's then gone away and done the schedule from the shot list. And it might be the case that we need to, prioritise shots to try and reduce it.
Yes.
Basically, it's your wants or your needs.
What, so you want to maybe cut some shots?
Well, it might come to that. We might just have... It'd be a good idea to prioritise shots. Try and get them all, obviously. But get the key ones, and then the others we can worry about later. Then maybe we can have a cutaway or something.
Do you know what is going to happen? We're going to get to 2, and we're still going to have to do another hour. And I think we're just going to have to beg the actors to stay for another hour and then pay them.
I hope that doesn't happen. But yes, quite possibly.
It's going to happen.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it will happen, won't it?
Yeah. But we'll rally the troops and we'll fight our way through. And
Absolutely.
Then come the autumn, you guys will have a spectacular horror short to watch.
Incidentally, we realised as well that we're probably going to need crew on the day. We can't just do it between a couple of us. So I've put a job ad out on Mandy for a runner. Initially I put production assistant because it sounds nicer. But then I found out that's the American term for runner.
Ugh.
Over here, it's just runner. So I put a thing down. If you're interested, head to the Hollowdale Media, at Hollowdale Media, Twitter, and you'll see the pinned tweet there. We'll link you to the job ad. If you're interested in lending a hand on an independent film set, put yourself forward.
Yeah, and you can meet your 2 fifth favourite radio hosts.
Yes, indeed. Rob will sign anything you ask.
Anything.
Me. He'll sign me, if need be.
And then give Adam to you.
Yes.
He fits in most cupboards.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we working on? We've got Josh working on the costume.
Yep. So he's
coming together.
Found all sorts of things, even just going for a walk in a countryside, he's found things to add on to the costumes. Sticks on the floor. I don't know.
Yeah, he found a good-looking stick, and now he's got a silicone resin cast of it. Did a silicone cast, made a silicone mould, and poured in resin to attach to the costume.
God, I started out on this thinking we were the weird ones, but it turns out the others are. Josh, he's a strange creature.
He just does what he's told. Yes. That's why we love him. I just want to shoot it now. I kind of want to skip over the next week and just do it.
Yes.
Do it. Then it's done. Well, then the first bit's done, then we got the second bit, and the second bit's more complicated.
Yeah, but I just want to get the actors done. And then we've just...
But that's the actors is the second bit. The third bit's where it's just us.
Third bit's, yeah, that's where I want to get to.
We can take our time.
Yeah.
And do silly things. Yeah. But then the editing's going to be a nightmare. Hopefully, because we're scattering it out, the editing will be...
Yeah, maybe you can piece it together as you go, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it from us. That's the update for the film. When are we going to announce it again? Did you tell me before?
Do you know what? You can do whatever you want. Do it whenever you want.
Do I?
I don't mind. What difference is it gonna make?
We'll do it later.
We'll do it later. All right.
We'll tell you what, we'll do it when we've got some footage. We can put a teaser trailer together or something.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
You have one message. Message 1.
Hello, is this Green Bucket? I've got a bit of a problem. Sir Patrick Stewart here. I think I saw Ian McKellen in my garden. I saw a glimpse of a white robe and a big stick. I think he's after me for the cannon bear. I can hear him. I think he's coming closer in the house. You must help me. He's trying to get in the house. I can hear him outside the door. Oh, let me get the phaser. Set to stun. I think I got him. Oh, it didn't work. I need to...
Give me back my camembert!
I need to flush some camembert down the toilet.
Give me my camembert!
He's got a big stick. He's got... leave me alone, Ian!
Give it to me now!
No, you can't have it anymore.
Give me my camembert back!
I fed it to war.
I demand that you give me back my camembert!
I don't have any camembert.
Give it to me! Give it to me!
I'll give you something. Set to kill.
Rob.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with a TV Tropes?
TV Tropes is an informative and wonderful website which tells you about all sorts of TV and film tropes.
Yes, it is. Have you used it? Do you know it? Have you been on it?
Yeah, I went on it. Yeah, it's all right.
It's quite good. I got a bit obsessed with it back in the day when I first discovered it because it's just so much on there, and then I've sort of lost interest. But it's for people who are familiar with it, it's like an encyclopedia of things that happen in film, TV, comics, literature, all that good stuff.
Do you know what I like about it is it'll give you an example of a trope that you hadn't even realised, then you'll instantly think, oh my god, that's in everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. One that comes to mind, because they also sometimes make witty names for it. One that comes to mind that comes up a fair amount, Heroic Blue Screen of Death, or Heroic Besod, which is the moment in a story when something so bad happens that the hero just snaps and loses it and goes mental. For example, Mad Max. The original Mad Max. Family get wiped out in the roar of an engine, and he loses his mind. He turns into Mad Max rather than just Max. Right. And you can see it all the time. I almost wait for it now, especially in Marvel films and stuff.
So when people have a loss and they lose their
well, or something happens. Maybe they witness a bad thing.
Right, like the Punisher or something.
Yeah.
His family gets killed, so he goes on a rampage.
Well, that's the extreme version. There's less extreme versions, like Captain America. Something happens with his buddy Bucky, and he goes, right, that's it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Proper trope.
So, let's test each other.
Okay, cool.
This in the industry is called filler. Random trope. I'm going to put the random trope button on. I'm going to tell you the title, and you're going to tell me what it is.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's go. Random trope button, activate.
Better be a good one.
Activating. Okay. Suddenly significant rule.
Suddenly significant rule. You can't do this, otherwise this will happen. So, Scream, Gremlins, that sort of thing. You can't... Be right back, that sort of thing. Don't say that. Don't have sex. Don't drink.
Think more literal.
The T-Rex's vision is based on movement, so you can't... I don't know.
More literal than that. So what it is a rule or law that's mentioned.
Okay.
Doesn't really come up much. No one thinks about it. And suddenly, it's the most important thing ever.
Okay.
So, RoboCop.
Okay.
RoboCop, there's the fourth rule, which is must obey all OCP orders.
Right.
Yeah, okay, fine. It's an OCP product, so it's fine, makes sense. But then it becomes suddenly significant when he can't arrest the corrupt OCP executive.
Okay.
Yeah?
So it's a little foreshadowy. It's like, it's sort of mentioned almost as an afterthought. You know it's there, and then, oh my god, it's the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Chekhov's law.
Right.
I guess. Right, you do one.
Similar to the nut allergy in that film we don't want to talk about. Shut up!
Which is now available on Amazon Prime. Go to Amazon Prime and watch Hereditary. You'll regret it. Oh, you'll regret it.
You've got a good one.
Okay.
Bug War! Bug War!
Bug War?
Bug War! Bug War! Bug War! Bug War!
It's the happiest I've seen you.
The Bug War!
Starship Troopers.
Yes, the picture! The picture is the Bug War!
So, okay, humans versus giant scary bugs. Also in Ants, when they fight the termites. Because the ants are like humans and the termites are horrible, evil, scary things.
Yeah, any war fought between humans and an insectoid race or any other clearly inhuman enemies, generally the battle is at some point in the future.
Awesome.
Oh, there's a quote. The historians can't seem to settle whether to call this one the third space war or the fourth. However, the first interstellar war fits it better. We just call it the Bug War.
Yeah. From Juan Johnny Rico,
Yeah.
Starship Troopers. Or a better quote from him.
I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all! Yeah! Yeah!
Yes! Bug war, bug war, bug war.
Right, next one.
But we're not going to be bug war.
No, we're not. We're not going to be bug war. But let's try.
Okay.
Strapped to a rocket.
So, someone is strapped to a rocket, like Woody in Toy Story.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that it?
That is it, yeah. There's a picture of Wonder Woman.
Oh, she's very sexually strapped to that rocket. There's a lot of innuendo there.
Yeah. Sister Tropes who's strapped to a bomb.
Nice. Yeah, and there's Toy Story.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Cool.
So they're not all hard.
That was fun.
Give me one back.
Okay. Bug war, bug war, bug war. Let's just talk about bug war more. Glove snap.
Oh, so that's the surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy. Do another one. Some of them, TV Tropes is sometimes very vague and sometimes very specific. Play along at home.
Erotic dream.
I wonder what that is. That's ridiculous.
Okay, I'll keep going. Catch and return.
Catch and return. Oh, so that'd be someone throws a snowball, you catch it and you throw it back. Or is it father and the son playing catch in the garden?
You grab the weapon that's been hurled and fling it straight back at the attacker.
It's all in the reflexes.
Yeah. And in The Mummy Returns, he catches the knife and then flings it back.
Yeah. TV Tropes.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Bug war.
You have one message. Message 1.
Hey, Screen Bucket, it's Matthew McConaughey here, and I just wanted to let you know that I have really, really nice nipples. I don't know if you've ever seen my nipples. I've got them out occasionally in the odd film, but my God. The center of the nipple is small, yet always erect. It's an off-brown with a reddy tinge that I think really complements the rest of my skin tone. And there's the odd hair, but they're not really that invasive. I'd say that my nipples are definitely the best I've ever seen on a man or a woman. In fact, if I were to describe the perfect woman, they would have my nipples. Hair and all. I have such wonderful nipples, and I would like the world to know, via you guys at Screen Bucket, that I am the nipple king. Nay, the nipple god. If you could please broadcast that out, and if anyone wants to see a picture of my nipples, well, you know where to find me. Truly yours, Matthew McConaughey.
Well, that was a show, mate.
It was indeed.
What a show.
What? Yeah.
So we talked about Kubo.
Yep.
We talked about Motley Crue and all of these biopic films.
Biopics, yeah.
That are infesting. And now I somewhat welcome. I'm welcoming the rock ones.
Yes.
And, you know, it's all good.
Yeah, biopics is a big thing at the moment. The other thing is all the serial killer things.
Man. You haven't seen Abducted in Plain Sight yet, have you?
No, but that sounded insane.
It just builds and builds. Like every 20 seconds, they reveal something else that happened in this long-running saga of kidnapping. And
do you know what though? I think I added it to my list like recently as well. Just completely randomly.
It's a grim watch.
Have you seen there's the Tarantino Sharon Tate film as well.
Oh, God.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Margot Robbie. But have you seen the trailer? Have you seen the trailer for The Haunting of Sharon Tate?
No.
Right, it's a new one. Same setting, I guess.
Well, it's a fictional film.
Well, here's the thing. So, Nick showed me the trailer, and we interpreted it very differently. I was right. Just saying. Yeah. Just saying, I was right.
Okay, congratulations.
Basically, Sharon Tate, while pregnant, like a couple weeks before her death, starts seeing premonitions of it happening. She starts being haunted by these visions and these creepy people around her house. Which is essentially... And there's references in the trailer to subliminal messaging and stuff.
All right.
So, to me, it implies that they're freaking her out so much that she's getting paranoid.
Okay.
That's the story. Which, as far as I'm aware, is relatively correct.
Oh, so odd.
Yeah, it really is.
So awful.
So that's what this film's following. It's following the actions of the cult in driving her mad, basically. She's played by Sharon Tate's played by Hilary Duff.
Oh, really?
Which I think's quite good casting.
It's a fantastic casting.
On paper, it's exactly the same as Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Glamorous, young actress. Yeah, I think it looks I'm quite intrigued. It is directed by what I can only describe as a hack fraud film director, famous for Halloween 6.
Oh dear.
And various horror documentaries. I mean, it might be good. So, who knows?
It's bizarre that, because obviously there was a Ted Bundy thing on Netflix and then the Zac Efron thing, and now you're getting 2 doses of Charles Manson. People are obsessed with serial killers at the moment.
But it's weird that it's the same ones. There's so many. Why are we getting doubles?
We'll get Jeffrey Dahmer will be next, won't he?
Oh, yeah. We never see anything about the British ones, do we?
Oh, the Yorkshire Rippers had so many TV shows about him.
That's true. That is true.
And our good old friend Jack the Ripper. The year was 1888.
Oh, he's in the room again.
Murder on the streets of London town. Murder most fair.
Get out of here. Get out.
Oi. I'll be back, you bloody idiots.
It's a good thing I had that broom. Yes. Anything you're looking forward to? Any trailers?
No, life is awful. Am I looking forward to anything? The time has almost come for the farty Pokemon film, which I am excited about, very much so.
When's it out?
May.
Oh, really? Okay.
May.
Interesting.
Motley Crue is the thing I'm looking forward to more than anything at the moment.
The biggest one I'm looking forward to, Love, Death and Robots.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, it looks awesome. It looks like it was made for me.
Everyone watched the trailer right now. I was watching it and I was thinking, yeah, it was. If I would have seen it and Adam wasn't there, I'd have instantly sent it to him.
It looks amazing. It's 18 short stories. Is it? I'm not sure if it's like an anthology series or whether it's like a film.
Because they might be very short.
Yeah, I wasn't clear on that.
Yeah, it looks. If anyone's ever watched the Animatrix, which was a very bizarre collection of animated sort of Matrix side stories, it looks. I mean, not so much in tone, but in artistic style.
Well, we got a glimpse of. There's a glimpse of what looks like a sort of robots, like cartoony friendly thing, CGI. We got a glimpse of some stop motion robot bits. We got
claymation. Was there? Was it claymation?
Possibly,
It was a weird, I don't know.
And then there was a live-action, heavy special effects one that looked considerably like a Bug War.
Bug War.
But with robots in it. It just looks awesome. I need to know more about it immediately.
It's out in a couple of weeks. Was it March 15th?
Yes.
So, yeah, that's awesome.
I'm really excited. I hope it is a film, because then I can review it here.
Yes.
There's nothing else.
No.
My brain is so in production mode.
It's that dull time of the year, and we are mentally about to go mad because of this film we're making. But it'll all pay off.
Well, it might.
Yeah,
the worst case scenario, we'll have made a film.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. That's why I keep thinking, what if I
mean, this film, we can actually get it on IMDb, can't we?
Yeah, if it goes into competitions. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It is going to go into competition.
It is. I think I have to go down as AP Tyler, because there's like 4 Adam Tylers.
Well, that's why I'm Robert Hellenborough.
Yes. Do we need to register names?
I don't know, man.
Oh,
there's a whole nother bag of issues that we need to go into.
Anyway, follow us on Twitter at @screen_bucket. If you're interested in the film, also follow at Hollowdell Media. And obviously, North Herts FM, your favourite community radio station, at North Herts FM on Twitter and also Instagram.
Fantastic. Well, have a wonderful time, guys, and we will see you next time for more.
For more nonsense and film chat.
And Bug Wars.
Bug Wars! Bug Wars. There you are, everyone. That's our show.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, if you're still here after the paced-off spectacular...
If you are still listening, then we are very thankful.
Yes. We discussed some stuff. We didn't discuss some stuff.
Well done, man. We're really gonna have a bang here.
This is a real episode. Oh God. Yeah. What else is there to say?
Just keep watching your films, keep watching your TV, and
No. No. Don't watch. Do.
Yeah.
Do what we're doing. Eat crackers in front of a microphone.
Yeah. Watch a film about bug wars.
Yes. 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 Right. You never guess what Rob just said to me anyway, incidentally? He said, do you know what? I wouldn't not buy the paste. I've won. He's converted him.
You've won this round. Paste is good.
It's nice. It's like baby food.
Weird.
But you know what it's like? It's like we're astronauts.
No, it's not remotely like we're like
supping
astronauts.
on our nutritional paste.
You're holding a tin of salmon and tomato paste.
Yeah, that's what astronauts eat.
No, it's not.
It is.
They eat moon rock.
Plug it into the...
nice paste.
Yeah. If you're still here, please follow us at @screen_bucket and North Herts FM at North Herts FM. And what you were saying now, Rob?
Yeah, follow us, man. It'll be good, and you'll learn all about film, and maybe it'll encourage you to make your own film, and then you can be a big star like we are one day.
Oh dear. We're just taken to lying, have we?
No, it's the truth.
All right, fair enough. How many ears does Spock have?
2. I got confused. I got confused.
That's a good answer for how many eyes does a owl have.
Yeah.
Alright, see you later.
Why did you even ask me that?
Because he has 3. The left ear, the right ear, and the final front ear.
Had to ask.